Now this hot girl is not your average girl. She's a bow and a beauty queen, and it's so fine. You really can little O-Town to open you up this morning. All right, so let's, again, we're going to do these sessions this morning just to kind of go over. That's a good thumbnail I have right there. I got like a chimpanzee. All right, rest in peace, Harambe, rest in peace. Yeah, so we're going to, in the morning today, we are going to look at, you're second actually, Matt Snyder was first. That's right. We're going to look at some of the products that we have coming up. You know, just in these live streams, just go a little more in depth of kind of like what are some cool things, what makes these things cool, what makes these things not cool, why you should vote Harambe for president, a lot of different things. Why you should listen to Artie Ernie and shop at MiR Tactical, you know, I don't know. All right, so let's look. I'm going to take a look right now at the ARP9 platform. Okay, we're going to look at the ARP9 platform first. So, oh yeah, all right. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. So ARP9 platform. We're going to do this. We're going to do some of the G&G stuff today, the Gucci stuff that came in. But pretty much, this R8. So this is like the hottest gun, or was the hottest airsoft gun for the last few years. For some reason, 9mm became hot, like Paris Hilton. And with that, G&G started the trend. Now, the ARP9 is a little different in the fact that, like more short guns, like the Firehawk and everything like that, you have a metal front M-lock rail, so this is all polymer here. They did this CNC cut rail, or receiver. One of the downfalls is they do have a short battery compartment. But as you can see, they've started to extend that quite a bit. So you still can put a normal 11.1. Oh, that's actually open. We can use that. You can put an 11.1 LiPo in the back, but you may need a battery extension. We do sell those battery extensions extra. G&G makes these in all different colors, mainly the black. They have Battleship Gray. They have these with green, silver, red, and blue, and orange accent colors like this one. So yeah, so that's a different thing that you can get with G&G. Another thing that's really cool is you can get a drum mag, and G&G drum mags are, you know, manual wind. So it's kind of just you're shooting and you have to just manually wind up front. For some use, that's practice for some things. One of the other downfalls of this AEG is the getting the flash hider off. Getting the flash hider off of this is more than a pain in the butt. What a little trick is, here's a little hot a trick for you guys. If you ever want to get the flash hider off, a plastic flash hider off, take a screwdriver. Take a screwdriver, heat it up with a torch, and then just shove it right into the plastic. And do that in 2 or 3 spots, especially right where the pin is. Now, if you do that, and we'll show this in one of the shows coming up, but if you do that, the plastic will just crack off. Now, if you have a metal flash hider, it's a little different, but a plastic one, just literally take a hot what's it called? Screwdriver, and just right in there. Burn it to hell. So, but yeah, so that's that. Hey, JJ, we did send you a message back to your we think we sent a message back with the tracking number there. Yeah, the only thing is with this one's just a pain in the butt, and what the ARP9, removing this rail is like a nightmare. For some reason, they're like super tight. They're super freaking tight. But these are the color kits on here. They add an additional, I think, $20 to the price. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of like a muted anodized kind of finish. So you get the barrel all the little pieces. Even the little pin that holds the gearbox in is red. Look at that. Everything's red. But so that's that. But let's get to the Cobalt. I want to show you guys the Cobalt. I know I need more axe, baby. I need to axe it up. Axe it up! All right. So this is the Gucci of the Gooch. Gucci Gooch. So this is the Cobalt Kinetics, okay? So the Cobalt Kinetics is based on a 3-gun BAMF, okay? Now, the interesting thing about the Cobalt Kinetics gun here is that it's fixed stock, so you have no adjustability here. Battery is going in this buffer tube. You actually have a screw right here to remove that. Now, G&G likes to stuff a lot of things in buffer tubes. So when you do open this up, there's a lot of wiring in here. So we found that like the Elite Force batteries work really good in here, but you have to really manage your wiring. I like how Airsoft manufacturers, they think about battery space second compared to design, but whatever. It's like don't worry, okay? We'll figure it out. We have the engine, we have the body. We'll figure out how to, we'll put the battery in this tight spot that no one can ever get to, okay? So you get ambidextrous controls here, so that's kind of cool, and they're 45-degree controls. I'll zoom in a little bit. So safe is vertical here, then you have fire, which is semi, which is half, and then full auto is full. So you don't have to rotate. It's a 45-degree selector. You also have an ambidextrous mag release, and then here's your big button right here. This is your big button mag release. Right here, the big button mag release, yes. You also have a functional bolt catch. You have this really cool, I mean, this thing's huge. Right here, huge. And then you got G&G actually right there. Bolt, there's your bolt release. Woo, that stings, that's freaking on there. So you got all the Cobalt Kinetics. You got the flared mag well. Whoa, flared mag well. You also, this is a metal grip. I've never seen a metal airsoft grip. So this is all metal. And then you have your, this thing's pretty chunky. The rail section is M-lock, but it's pretty chunky. And then you got a little rail piece right at the bottom there. You get your quick detach points right here and right here. And then you get this cool blue-orange flash hider as well. Now these do have the auto drop mags, so they have Cobalt Kinetic mags. You can turn that feature off on the mags. These do take regular mags. In fact, they have like an EPM right here. We can show you. So there we go. So you do have an EPM right in there. It actually kind of matches. Look at, you got the mag well at the bottom of the EPM. So the EPMs do fit. It does take Cobalt Kinetic mags, and those mags are the auto drop feature. So like in a 3-gun competition, you want to be as quick as possible. So after you shoot, the mag will drop out if it's totally out of BBs. Now they didn't have those. Now they do actually have those in stock. So we're going to have those in stock. I think they're coming in Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's just the BAMF. It's like a 3-gun. So it's expensive. It's the mag. Yeah, it's the mag, not the gun. The mag is the thing that lets it drop. So that's why you have to have special Cobalt mags for that to work. Now, on those Cobalt mags, you can turn that feature off on the mag. Okay, so it has like an auto-off feature there. But if you wanted the Gucciest of Gucci of airsoft guns, that's not like a GLBS or anything like that, this Cobalt Kinetics is where it's at. It's like the most significant feel of an airsoft gun that I've ever felt. You also get that gold trigger, which is kind of cool. And the trigger guard on this thing is like a monstrosity. It's bigger than Andre the Giant. So again, really nice, but you pay a nice price. So they only make it in a 3-gun length, okay? So this is the only length that they make, and you don't get to adjust your stock. This is it right here. But it's, I mean, this 45-degree is actually really nice. So that's semi, full, semi, full, semi. There you go. You got these cool little front sight posts right here too. So that is the Cobalt Kinetics. You have to use these Elite Force batteries, okay? The the battery space in here, once you take this out, there's a little screw cap on the back, and the battery space is kind of tight, and we've experimented, and these 11-1 lipos work really good by Elite Force. So these shoot about 400 feet per second. So they shoot right at the 400 feet per second limit as well. Price on these is $550 glorious dollars of excellence. $550 for the privilege. Okay, that's map price. I like how huge these side rails are. If you look here, just whoo, it's crazy. Crazy, Brian Fellows. So that is the Cobalt Kinetics. Again, real Gucci. Really cool with the blue accents on the flash hider and the buffer tube. Then you have the gold trigger. So, and that flared mag well is just like a whale's, like I ever see a whale shark. It's like that's what it looks like. All right, let's move on. Let's see what comments we got. Yeah, she's Gucci. She's Gucci. Gucci. I'm not gonna. Sam, I sent you a link, I think, to one. Yeah, 550 is where it's at. Where it's at. I got 2 turntables and a microphone. All right, let's showcase the VFC MP7. This is another one that's kind of Gucci when it comes to things. This is a MP7, and with the MP7, this is electric version. So it's not an AEP, so an Airsoft electric pistol. This actually has a gearbox. Now, it's a very shortened gearbox. The piston is actually only about that long. It's like a half piston. This is the second generation version. The first generation version, it was a little hit or miss with the tappet plates, shooting in full auto, but this is the updated version. These shoot about 340 feet per second. They are $400. Now you ask yourself, you have all this gun, real cool gun, and there's no rail sections. Why does the G&G have a rail, or the KWA have a rail section? So why does a G&G have, you know what I mean, or a KWA have rail sections? This one doesn't. Well, to keep it under the $400 price point, actually, this is a fact. Umarex decided not to include rail sections. Now you could put any G36 rail sections on here or anything like that, but that's why there's no rail sections. You have 14 mil threads under here, so you can actually replace this if you really want to. Most people don't. You have a foldable bipod. This is your mag release down here. You got a dual stage trigger. Now this has an auto cutoff feature, and that's why you see this little nub. So when you're done shooting, the nub comes up and stops the shooting mechanism. Now you can damage these mags, so what you have to do is before you put like to dry fire or anything like that, you have to make sure those are in. And you hit the bolt release, and then it starts over again. You have semi and full auto, okay? So ambidextrous controls. You have an adjustable stock right here. So I think it's 2 position, if I'm not mistaken. One position, 2 position, 3 position stock. You have a 3 position stock. And then this is your battery compartment. This is one of the downfalls of this. Thank you, Justin. I can't take you seriously either. Because you use cap lock. This is where the battery goes. So the Elite Force batteries are a little tight fit. Let me double check here real quick on this fit. Yeah. So the Elite Force batteries do work in here. So you put that in there, and that's where your battery goes. And then you just plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. So you need a LiPo battery, but the Elite Force do work. That's the great thing about those Elite Force LiPos. They pretty much work in everything. So let's put this back on. Right there. But again, you can add side rails. Again, they did not to keep the price below $400. And that's an accurate statement. So, but there you go. You got your iron sights here. And then you have pistol sights. So you have your pistol sights right here. These are great if you wanted an AEG version of the MP7. Again, it's not like a Tokyo Marui AEP. This is an AEG, so it actually has a gearbox inside. Really can't modify too much with the gearbox, pretty much the spring, and that's pretty much it. So it's got, I think, 4 gears in here actually that move everything. So Avalon Mystery Box was a caliber. All right. Let's do some like gear and stuff like that. Let's look at some, what do I want to look at today? Oh, I got an idea. Let's look. Chris Martinez here using my wife's Facebook, but just want to, oh good, all right. This is a ICS Box Mag, okay? And people are going, oh, it's a Box Mag. Whoa, Yahtzee. So Box Mags are used, again, if you don't really want to reload anything. Some event organizers ban them on certain things, but if you're going to an open play, whatever. This is the ICS version, and we sold quite a bit of these ICS versions. And you have 2 different ways to wind this thing. So with all Box Mags, you want to wind, not wind. Some are manual in the front, like the G&Gs. This one's electric. So you have a button in the back right here, or you have a pressure switch right here. So the pressure switch, as you apply pressure, it winds. Now the ICS is a little different. Most of these Box Mags run off like a separate battery, like AA's, AAA's. This one actually runs off a 9-volt. So you can lick your 9-volt and then put it into this Box Mag. In this one, you have your entire mechanism is down here, so you're pouring the BBs up here. You never want to pour the BBs in your mechanism. Obviously, it'll jam. So the good thing about these ICS as well is they're probably the most, I think, the most well-built Box Mags that we do carry, just by the quality of like the fitment of everything. I mean, it's pretty, nothing moves. It's pretty sturdy, and I haven't had any issues with these pressure switches. Now these hold about 1,500 rounds, so they're a little on the smaller side for Box Mags. But again, when you're hosing somebody down, 1,500 rounds should be enough. Should be enough to hose everybody down. So we do have these for sale. These go for about 90 bucks. Normal Box Mags are in the 60 to 75. These are 90, but again, they're higher quality. And you know, paying 15 extra bucks for something that's higher quality, it's going to last a long time, is better than buying 2 of the lower quality items. So 190 bucks is cheaper than 120 bucks. But that's just something that we go over. Oh, I got one more Gucci item. Let's see what we got, questions we got real quick before we go into the other Gucci. 11 fit in a Chris Vector. Ooh, that Chris Vector 11 ones are really, really tough to come by. G&G makes a 11 one that fits because it's really, really tiny, but those Vector, that's another like another thing that I was talking about, is that it seems like battery space compartments are like secondary to when they engineer a gun. And then what happens is they don't even come out with the battery that fits. You would think that if you come out with like a Gucci battery space, that you'd come out with your own battery because you'd make more money, right? To actually fit in that Gucci battery space. ASG did it with the Scorpion Evo. They actually came out with batteries that fit the Scorpion Evo perfectly. Makes sense. Crytek did not do that. Does not make sense. Box Mag does not come in the M14. The ICS are only M4s. Okay, great. Yeah, we'll do some beginner profiles. We're just kind of experimenting with these sessions in the morning, just to kind of give people a little idea of what's coming up for the auctions and what they look forward to. All right, let's look at an M-Tech helmet. Okay, so someone asked us about this last night and said, well, Alex, I could buy a regular helmet. Well, not Evel Knievel's helmet, but a regular helmet for, what was it? 40 bucks. Why is this one 130? So M-Tech is a real manufacturer of helmets. PTS likes Gucci. They have the Battle Comp. They have all like the Gucci licenses. Greg Wong and Andrew over there like Gucci-ness. So they wanted to create a good helmet that's affordable that wasn't ballistic, because at Airsoft you don't need a ballistic helmet. It doesn't make sense. Sometimes people go ballistic, but they don't need words do not penetrate helmets. So they came out with these MTech helmets. So this is kind of like a dummy helmet, non-ballistic, but has all the real MTech parts. So the only thing that's not MTech on this is actually the shell. So the shell is not a ballistic rated helmet, but it's still a nice, pretty nice mold. So these are your MTech side rail mounts here. You have clips on the back too, so you can put your clips. These do hold the radio mounts for the earphones real well on the side. The Velcro does not come stock on it. You can put it on it. It comes with it, but you can, if you want to run it, just like without Velcro, you can. This one just has the Velcro installed, and then this one has the bungees installed as well. The black is all black. The green is green with black, and the tan is all tan. Okay, so the green is the only one with like a two-tone kind of look to it. The other nice thing are these Rhino mounts. So these Rhino mounts are actually the real Rhino mounts from MTech. So they're full metal. So if you want to run your NVGs or anything like that, these will not come off or break. It does come with extra padding. However, the padding in here is probably the nicest you'll ever see in a helmet, ever. It's like memory foam. So I'm going to push down on it and see if you guys can see the... I'll push down really hard. You guys can see that kind of come back. So it's got memory foam. It's meant to fit big helmets or big heads. This one actually also has the extra pads in there too, so you can actually remove the pads here. So really comfortable helmet. You even got a nice comfortable part up front. That's where most people is going to rest, on the front of their head. The straps are real nice in the fact that you have your chin strap here. Everyone likes a good chin strap. And you have these real cool ratcheting for the adjustments for the straps. So once you're done adjusting, just push that down, not going anywhere. Adjust, push down, not going anywhere. So that's why these helmets are so much more expensive, about 3 times the expense of a normal like bump kind of helmet, is because of all the features that you get and the comfortability of these, right? So this is going to be a lot more comfortable than those other helmets. Geez, Eddie, you need to settle down, Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger Eddie needs to settle down. We'll do deliveries on certain days now, but it's going to be limited because we're working through some things. We're trying to get everyone's stuff out before the weekend. All right, now let's talk Gucci M14s. Gucci M14s. So I brought this up yesterday, and this is the G&G version of the EBR. This one's actually licensed by AEG. For some reason, the Sage International has ASG owns the Sage International license, so G&G has to pay. So it's funny when you look at these boxes for these G&G EBRs, they actually have licensed by ASG on the box, even though they're made by G&G. So 2 competing manufacturers are in one airsoft gun. ASG just has the license. G&G is the one that produces them. Kind of weird, but what it is. So this is a Sage International replica from Oscoda, Michigan. This is the higher end of the M14 EBRs. You have all the Sage International trademarks on the side. You guys can see that there. But this gun is like insanely solid. Like there's nothing that moves on this when I'm running around with it, except the BBs when you hit them in the head. So this is like the top of the top. This is your normal grip because you don't have a motor in an M14. Your motor is in the gearbox up here. You have a normal regular pistol style grip. Your safety at an M14 is right here. And then your adjustment for your semi and full auto is on this side, right here. Now, you can hear the significance of this bolt. It's pretty insane. But you look down here, and that's where your hop-up adjustment is on these EBRs. Now your battery does go up front, okay? So you have 6 Allen key screws. Your battery goes up here. It's pretty ample room. You have rail sections on the side here. You also have a sling mount point here, and then you have 2 sling mount points in the back right here. You have a secondary rail section here, so you can put another sling point if you wanted to, if you extend the stock out. You have your cheek riser, and then you also have the option to put an optic here. You actually have a rail section here to put a ring for an optic across the top. You do have the 762 trademarks there, G&G, right up front up there. Your mag release right on the bottom. Now G&G M14 mags are different. You cannot use regular M14 mags. You have to use G&G specific ones because they have this little notch on the back. G&G just wanted to be different. They do sell these in mid caps, 120 round mid caps, but you cannot use any other M14s. You have to use G&G mid caps in these. So that's a G&G EBR. Someone had asked me too. So these come in the short and long length. Okay, so the long length is going to be about out to here. The short length, as you guys noticed, you have this little suppressor or flash hider up here. The short length is the only one that you can get a kit that what that does is actually replaces this, so you could put it like a mock suppressor on the front. The long version you cannot do that, but G&G makes a block that replaces this for the short version that allows you to put a 14 mil counterclockwise thread on these. So that's an option as well. Also, with this gun is full metal. I mean, everything is metal outside where it should be plastic. So this little front part right here, but everything else is full metal. So this is a pretty significant DMR, okay? So that's how you'd look. This is with the length full out. I'm a shorter guy. I got shorter arms. You push your button right there. So you, there we go. So that's what you look like shooting EBR. You got your little pinhole sight right there. Just imagine yourself with this. Going, okay. All right. So let's see what else we have right now. Other questions we have. Speed QB style fits pretty much all M4s. Pretty much all M4s for the Speed QB. Have you given a talk on HPA engines? So the differences between them. We could do something like that. I'll message that. We typically carry Polar Star stuff mainly. We do carry Wolverine every once in a while, but Polar Star stuff has a good amount of versatility. We have no issues usually with their engines. Their support is pretty good too, but mainly we carry Polar Star. But we do carry the Wolverines. We carry the N7s as well from Redline. And then good news is Polar Star is coming out with the Kythera. I think they said 2 weeks more. So I know it's been delayed due to all this, crap going on. So if you did have a pre-order with us for the Kythera, those should be in probably 2 weeks. So that's good. And we're in the first batch run of those. What other questions do you guys have at all? Oh, the EBR. So we're doing a cool deal on the EBR. The EBRs are $500, okay? Kind of expensive, right? But it's a pretty significant airsoft gun. So what we're going to be doing is doing some specials on those, and you might get them as cheap as $375 to $400, $100 off map on our live sessions. I got a special G&G coming, and it goes to this. Can anybody guess what this actually goes to? G&G makes a special gun that this goes to. It's very expensive. The most expensivest of the Mestivus. Let's finish up with one more thing today. We are not right now. We're very close though, Rob. We're very close. Oh, this will be easy. Let's do this. Let's finish off with one more thing today. I don't know, Eddie. I don't know, my friend. PBX is 400 feet per second, so the 350 is only for the indoor. So I gotta check that, but it's normally indoor. So how Airsoft works, so I'll go into that and then we'll go into this. 400 feet per second. Airsoft is mainly done in feet per second or joules. And why we do joules is because feet per second is just relative. You could actually have energy is energy. There's a little, since you guys are not in school now, you guys dropped out, all of you dropped out of school at this point because of, you can't go back, but I'm just kidding. But force equals mass times acceleration, right? So what happens is when you just go by FPS, you can have this air cushion in the back that your acceleration actually is 400 feet per second, but it's not a true statement of what the actual force is, because you can have an air cushion in what's called joule creep. So we go by force, which is joules. Now joules is a accurate measurement, and it literally is the equation: force equals mass times acceleration. So no matter what BB we use, we multiply that by the acceleration of that BB and the mass to get an actual force. Now 1.49 joules with 32 gram BBs is approximately 3.2 gram BBs with 1.49 joules is approximately 400 feet per second with a 20 gram BB. I get a lot of people asking us all the time, well, the limit's that 400 feet per second, but I use 25 gram BBs. Well, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You're going to have a lower FPS when you have a higher increase in your BB weight. But ultimately the force will be the same. So just because you shoot 32 gram BBs and shoot 340 feet per second with that, that's comparable or almost the exact same as 400 feet per second with 20 gram BBs. That's how we measure things. So you can't cheat the chrono and go, oh, I'm using 25 gram BBs, it's under 400 feet per second. That's not how that works. So that's why we're at 400. That's right. So that's that. All right, so this is let's talk about the max hop-up unit. So we've been selling these quite a bit, and these max hop-up units are what's it called? ProWinds used to be the gold standard of hop-up units. Now these max hop-up units are a little different. First of all, they're made in Vietnam. Everyone likes a good made in Vietnam product. They have multiple springs to make sure that you're getting the accurate air seal that you need. Because one thing you don't want is if you don't have, the reason these springs exist are to put pressure against the barrel and the nozzle so that you have a good air seal. You have this adjustable dial hop-up, so it's actually really accurate. You have a secondary air seal right here, which is awesome. And then you have the BB catch. So when you remove your magazine, the BBs don't fall out like a normal airsoft gun. This kind of stops it and collects them in there. You have these little windows there so you can actually see the BBs in there. One of the updates they did, I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, I'm going to go as close as possible, is it's smooth in there. And before there used to be a little hump, okay? There used to be a little hump in there, and they removed that because higher like EPM mags, which I don't know, yeah, it's hard to see. You can see it's kind of clear in there, but EPM mags have a, what's it called, a higher spring tension. So it was pushing BBs up into that lip and then crushing them as they came through. So with these max hop-up units, they made that adjustment. So that's how it'll sit. And when the mag is out, because when this is feeding in there and it's clipped in, the back is like this. And when the mag gets pulled out, it shuts. So then your BBs are trapped in there and they don't shoot out. One of the other cool features on these, you have these CNC cut arms in here, and they have multiple arms, so you don't actually need a nub. This one actually needs a nub. Right here, you can kind of see. I don't know if you guys can see in there. So normal hop-up nub. However, if you want to like flat hop your airsoft guns, you don't actually need a separate flat nub. You can actually use these metal arms, and actually these are a little better because they're going to put more consistent pressure on the BB. Sorry, that was the flat nub. They also come with the regular nub here, and then another S-hub or something like that. There's another version of a nub that you can put in there. So they give you a lot of different options to set up your airsoft rifle, and we've seen very good results on with these. They come with the barrel spring, and they also come with the barrel clips and everything like that as well. So yeah. Yeah, 249 hop-up units are very rare. Bull Gear makes them, but I haven't seen them. I haven't been able to stock them for a while. They've just been out of stock. They make them for the 249, the Stoner, and the PKMs or L60s. An R-hop, there's a flat hop nub in there, because an R-hop you just want to push down. They actually have a nub in here that allows you to do that. I don't know exactly which one. I have to ask my techs. I'm not a super tech. I'm just a sort of tech. I just play one on TV. All right, so what other questions do you guys have today? We are going to have some more stuff come in today. So Aries striker rifles. One of the things that we're working on is with Edgy. And Edgy's like the highest end sniper guy in the Philippines. I mean, he's, again, I can't guarantee this, but he's sending me a kit that he told me, and he's pretty well respected in the sniper community, that he got about 110 meters with on an Aries striker. So that's, for people that don't know meters, that's about 310, 320 yards with a sniper rifle. Now, that's freaking insane. So we're going to test that out once that comes in. So we got Aries strikers coming back in. We got some new product from Elite Force, more product coming in from G&G, and more product coming in from ASG and Lancer Tactical, even some Gucci stuff there too. But yeah, I mean, thank you guys for everything here. Remember, with these auctions, I think people sometimes forget you're getting a lot of this stuff under MAP price, okay, that you could go at a store and buy it for. So you're actually getting a good deal on most of this stuff that you're buying here at MiR Tactical, and actually pretty much everything. I mean, even the LMGs that we went through last night, I mean, still was a good deal. And they didn't have to pay tax, didn't have to pay anything, just went straight through. So, you know, I'm really excited about these mystery boxes. These live auctions that we do at 6 p.m. are going to be, we're going to be constantly mixing it up. We've had good growth back now that I've got my ice packs on my camera. So I want you guys to like and share. I think we got to 19 shares last time. So we got to pump up those numbers. You got to pump up those numbers. Remember it from The Wolf on Wall Street. I think that was Matthew McConaughey. 310 feet, sorry, 310 feet. But yeah, we'll keep doing these. These are kind of unscripted right now. Starting tomorrow, I'll work on scripting these a little better. But again, I just want to kind of show you guys some of the cool things that you have. Remember, here's another fun fact of the day before I leave you. All Aries, be Honey Badgers, AM03s, AM06s, whatever, all Aries guns, including the striker rifle, which luckily they have an adapter for, are positive thread. G&P, Aries, are the two that only produce positive threads. They like to be different. They're like Lady Gaga, okay? They're different. They like to be different, okay? Everyone else, mostly, on most airsoft guns, are going to be 14 mil counterclockwise. Aries and G&P like to be 14 mil clockwise. I don't know why that is. Beg to be different. Maybe sell some more accessories. Who the F knows? But that's how it works. Your 45C was shooting a little hot. Probably like a 95 spring. 95 spring would probably work pretty good. I forgot that scene, what he was doing, what substance he was on. But remember, we have these auctions at 6 p.m. We got our lovely goatee man, our bald eagle, Harambe, sitting on burritos. So thank you guys for joining me this morning. Thank you for everything that you do for us. We'll see you guys out there soon. We hope everything opens up here soon and everyone's safe out there, and we'll see you at 6 p.m.